Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are in this wonderful world of ours. It's Stuart Buchan here, coming to you from Bonnie, Scotland. And today I'm going to get up close and personal. And it's mainly to do with me and what happened to me earlier this year. Way back in March, two events happened, one day between them. The first thing was to do with my business life, and the second thing was to do with my personal life, in particular my spiritual life. Well, the first thing that had happened was that for weeks and weeks, a friend of mine who I'd known for well over a decade, we were involved in business together, way back with a technology company, particularly a video technology company. And he had been appearing on my newsfeed on Facebook for several weeks, and he happened to make contact with me through putting a post up saying anybody involved in this XYZ company, then please get in touch, which I did. And we had quite a lengthy conversation, and I have to say that this guy made a lot of money with this company we were both involved in. I lost a lot of money, so you can understand why I was a wee bit reticent to get in touch with him, because I knew that something was happening with him. I knew that he was going to be pitching something to me to get me involved, and quite frankly, I really wasn't that interested. However, when I had a chat to him, he says, "Look, Stuart, I only want you to do one thing, nothing more. Just go and look at this 2 minute video. Just look at the 2 minute video, and then if you want to, get back to me. If you don't want to, then that's fine. Just let me know that it's not for you, and I'll leave you to it. And I'll wish you all the best for whatever you decide to do." So I went and looked at this 2 minute video, and boy, was I bowled over. I really was bowled over. However, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, wait a minute now. You just can't be silly here, because you know what happened before. Technology company, all going great guns, and then all of a sudden it disappears and you lose everything. You lost all the money that you invested, etc., etc., etc. So, however, I'm looking at this and thinking, here's the roadmap, here's the positioning of the product, here's the management team, here's the company, here's somebody I completely respect in business. So I decided on that day that I was going to take a leap of faith and jump in partnership with him. And I did that. And that was on my stepson's birthday. The following day, it was my granddaughter's birthday, my stepson's daughter. And something amazing happened to me spiritually. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but it was an amazing experience for me. That had happened not long after I'd made the decision to go into business with this guy. Absolutely transforming me, uh, really. And for a whole week, I had amazing spiritual experiences. I was particularly evangelical about the business opportunity, and even more evangelical about my spiritual experience. I posted on Facebook, I posted on Twitter, I was incessant. Uh, One of the things that the guy that I was in partnership with has said is, you need to put everything in capitals, you have to put everything in exclamation marks, question marks, you name it. You need to make sure that people realise that this is something big and they need to get involved. I did everything like that. However, I had friends, family, who came back to me and said, "Somebody hacked your account. This is not like you. Why are you like this? This just isn't you." You know. So why why is this happening? Well, I could go into more detail. But I just want to give you a practical example of how, when you've got so much excitement because of something that's happened to you that is good for you, but how it could be not so good for other people. This is what happened to me when I was working for a company who used to do, I actually worked for several companies who used to do uh, events for customers. And one of the events I particularly enjoyed, apart from 10-pin bowling, which was my favourite, was go-karting. And this particular day, we were to do 3 laps of the track, stay on the track and whatever, and get the fastest lap. Well, I did a middle lap, which was my fastest lap, and on the last lap, I spun off because I was just going too fast on a bend, and I thought I was going to be disqualified. However, I was told that it wasn't my fault. There was a problem with the braking system on that particular motor, and I wasn't going to be disqualified. And because I had the fastest lap, then I was in the final, which was great. So I got into the final, was coming up to the last bend. I was in second place, and I wanted to overtake the guy in front because I wanted to win. And just as I was about to overtake him, my fuel must have gone because the engine started to slow down. I did cross the line in second place, only just, but I still managed to get second place. I was furious because I wanted to win. However, I got on the podium. So here I am on the podium, got presented with champagne, popped the champagne cork, which I'd never done before. I never had champagne in my life before. I popped the cork open, was drinking away fine, and first and third both decided that they were going to soak me in champagne. Well, I had never had champagne to drink, let alone have it in my eyes. I never felt so much pain. My eyes were streaming, they were sore as anything because this champagne was right in my eyeballs. And that's how my wife, my son, my friends, my work colleagues all felt about my exuberance, my effervescence, and being evangelical about what had happened to me. So my caution to any of you who are involved in a business opportunity is this. Please, please, please be aware of who you're speaking to, and make sure that you put yourself in their shoes, that you try and see it from their point of view. How are they going to view what you're telling them and how you're telling them? What you're telling them is probably right, it's probably okay, particularly if you're going to be suggesting something that's going to protect their health, that's going to give them early warning signs, etc., etc. Wonderful, wonderful things. Or for those people who are looking for a business opportunity to have extra income, a little bit extra to do the things that they want to do, or even people who want to have their own business. Great, all wonderful things in themselves, but it's not for everybody. And for those people who know you, who know what you're like, and you do something completely different, that's just going to upset them. I could go into a lot more detail about what happened from that time until now. I'm not going to do that. People that know me will know exactly what happened. But I'm still as excited today as I was then, particularly with the business opportunity and about my faith. Both of them are part of me. They changed my life from that moment on. Both events have changed my life. And I'm a much better person for both of them. But I've still had to deal with the problems that were created during that first week. So with that said, thank you very much for listening to me. I hope that everybody has managed to see this video through to the end, what I would do is two things. First of all, I want to apologise to all my friends and family who were upset by the way that I approached them in the beginning when all of this thing started. And the second thing I would ask is a big favour, and that big favour is to all of the rest of you, and including even those people who I upset and I've apologised to now. Please do me one favour. I know that what I'm involved in is life-changing. It's life-changing maybe for you. And I'll tell you why. Because this company is producing stuff that is good. It is good for your health. It's not a pill, it's not a potion, nothing like that. It's a technology company. Do me a big favour. I'm going to put a web address above or below this video. I don't know where it's going to appear. And basically I'm going to take out the dot, and I'm just going to replace it with a space and DOT and a space. Just put the dot in its place, the period, and go to that web address. And then please comment back here underneath this video in the comment section and let me know what you think of it. I know how it impacted on me. Whether it does with you or not, that's not really, that's your own issue. It's your take on it. And what I'm saying to you is, please, I would really appreciate you coming back to me and letting me know what you think. Because whatever you think about it, it's important for me to know that you've seen the video and that I have given you the opportunity to do it. Because I don't want any of you to miss out on the opportunity that I've been given. I'm serious about this. So please do that. And I thank you once again for taking the time to watch right through to the end. Take care, God bless you, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.